Hey Friday people, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk about childhood eczema, and look, I just want to start by saying I am not a doctor. My kid's skin is different than your kid's skin. I know all of the variables that are involved. However, I think that there are a few things that I've learned throughout my own eczema journey and my son's eczema journey that seem to be pretty useful and pretty universal. So I want to talk about those today, and I just hope that it helps somebody somewhere. Okay, so my son has had pretty bad eczema since he started solids. We did baby-led weaning, and I would say probably about 3 months after we started baby-led weaning, probably around 9 months, is the first time I noticed where he had some pretty decent eczema. He was still eating breast milk and a little bit of formula, and we really hadn't been able to pinpoint anything that food-wise that really was bothering his skin too much. So we just worked with his pediatrician to try and find some solutions. It turns out that it seemed to be environmental and seasonal, and so I did take him to an allergen specialist here, and he gave me so many good tips and tricks to help manage his eczema, and I just hope that they're useful to somebody. So Eldons eczema is largely environmental and seasonal. He's pretty allergic to Palo Verde trees, which are everywhere in Phoenix, and different grasses, and so we needed to learn to manage that. We also have 2 Boston Terriers, and while he is not allergic to Boston Terriers, I took away a few learnings on that as well, which I will share. And then product-wise, we've done steroids, we've done some food elimination, we've done every eczema approved lotion on the face of the planet. So here's what works for us. 1, a really, really good moisturizing game plan. So when Eldon wakes up, we use this Tubby Todd Dream Cream, and we use this all over. I just give him a nice good coat of this, and then if we're planning on playing outside, I'll put on a good natural sunscreen along with this. We really love the Think Baby sunscreen, and something that I love about Think Baby sunscreen, totally off topic, but for those of us with darker skin, a really big challenge with natural sunscreens is that they don't rub into the skin. They make you look really white and really weird, and it's a problem that a lot of people aren't even aware of. So Think Baby is a natural blocker sunscreen versus the chemical blocker, and it rubs in really nicely, and it won't make your dark skinned kid look white. Chemical sunscreens irritate his skin really badly. So if you are somebody who does have a sensitive skin kid, make sure you're not using those chemical blockers. All those nice aerosol sunscreens that go on that aren't white, that rub right in, those are chemical blockers, and those could bother your kid's skin, so make sure you're using a natural sunscreen. So we go to preschool, we go play, we're out, we're exposed to our environment. Before we take a nap, we just wet down a washcloth, just a plain wet washcloth, no soap, no anything, and I wipe him down. I wipe his arms down, I wipe his legs down. What happens when they go outside, they get all these pollens on them, and it can really irritate their skin, especially if their skin is already broken and really weak. So we wipe him down with a washcloth, and then before nap, we use this natural everyday lotion from Tubby Todd. Just give him another quick coat before his nap. Then We take a bath at night. We use Tubby Todd products. When we get out of the bath, we give him a good coat of this all over ointment, and areas where his eczema is bad or flared, we'll put a layer of Vaseline over the top to seal in that moisture overnight. That really, really helps, makes a big difference. Something else that we do for his bedroom is we don't allow the dogs in there. Now, again, while he's not allergic to the dogs, what happens is the dogs bring in pollen from outside. So we don't want that pollen to be in his room, on his rug, to get in his bed. So we don't allow the dogs in his room, unfortunately. Or if we know we do want the dogs in there, if we're doing family reading time, same thing. I take a wet washcloth and I just wipe down the dogs really quickly, wipe their coats to get those all that pollen off their skin, so that they're not bringing that into his room. So that's kind of our lotion, our 3-step morning, noon, night lotion regimen that if his skin is broken and if he does have a flare up, it will heal his skin. And when his skin is nice and healthy, it keeps his skin nice and healthy. So that's been more successful for us than any steroid. And like I said, I'm not anti-steroid, I'm not anti-prescription medicine. This has just actually worked better for us. So definitely open to trying anything, but that lotion regimen has really worked for us. Step 2. Like I said, just really managing your environment. So we wipe down our dogs when they come in from outside, especially when it's peak allergy season, because we know their coats are covered in pollen. If we go to the park, we do little things like bring a blanket to make sure that he's sitting on the blanket instead of sitting directly in the grass, which I know irritates his skin. If we are going to be hiking or we're in the Midwest for the summer and we're playing, around fields or wherever it is, I just throw really lightweight cotton pants on him, just as a barrier between his skin and the environment. I know for some of you, eczema can come from food. Food doesn't really seem to bother him, but if he does have a bad flare-up, I will watch his dairy intake. That seems to help his skin heal a little bit faster. He loves cheese. I'm not willing to take that away from him because it doesn't bother him enough to make a huge difference, but definitely talk to your doctor if you feel like you might have some food-related flare-ups as well. That can definitely really make a big difference. Finally, just really make an effort to keep your kids' skin healthy and to keep your own skin healthy. I've noticed, I'll rub my son with lotion and then he likes to, put it on my arm. Like, include them in the process. When you get out of the shower, if they see you putting on lotion, it just becomes something that they've always done, that they always do, and hopefully, will stick with them throughout their life. Like I said, I'm in my 30s, I still get eczema flare-ups, and it's still really hard to get rid of them. I still use the exact same products that my son uses, and you just deal with it, and try to keep your skin as healthy as possible. So, in summary, good lotion regimen, choose a natural blocker for your sunscreen versus chemical. Keep the allergens and the pollens out of your house. Spend the money on the expensive filter for your home and change them often if you have an allergen kid. They're an arm and a leg. I know, they're like $30, $40 a filter. It's insane. But during those peak allergy seasons, it really does make a big difference. So that is something else our doctor did recommend. So keep your home as allergen-free as possible. Keep their sleeping environment as allergen-free as possible. Change their sheets a lot. Keep everything washed. I wipe down his crib. Actually, I make my kid wipe down his crib. But keep those allergens off them, and most importantly, just keep their skin healthy. If you have tips or tricks, things that have helped you with your child's eczema or your own eczema, let me know. I would love to hear them. I am always open to try new things. So I hope this helps somebody, and best of luck with all your littles and their eczema. Till next time.